The allergy is gonna kill me. Not the corona.
No, not Corona.
Not corona. Allergy.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Oh dear.
And if I go out, they can perceive me as a sick person. So it's better to stay away from the outside.
And you don't wear a mask, so that's bad as well.
And I don't wear. Yeah.
Do you have hand sanitizer?
No, no.
You're just a walking
Yeah,
disease
yeah,
bag basically.
yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There is.
so how did you think our live session went on? What's it, Thursday? Thursday, yeah.
Normal. Just chatting between each other.
Yeah.
Apart from reading the poem.
What was wrong with the poem?
Oh, the poem was good. The poem. Was good.
Oh, you mean talking normally except for reading the poem? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the way it went. Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
That's how it's supposed to go. That's good, man. Yeah, I thought it went well. People seem to like it, and I'm actually surprised people logged in. I thought it was just gonna be me and you just talking to each other
nice surprise.
on Skype. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
The video is killing me though.
Why?
Video killed the radio stars. That's how I feel.
You know what? I think you did very well. I'm not sure why you were so worried, but I think it went well. I think as a live session, it just gives people something different, and they get to at least interact in a different way. I mean, yeah, exactly.
They saw the face for once, so now they can remember those faces. Because that's it. I will put a puppy on speaking on my behalf.
You know what? I mean, I think we have to do what's necessary until we don't have to. There are a lot of artists that do that, right? Like when they're still early in their careers, they have to do stupid interviews. They have to go to radio stations. They have to go
naked, walking naked in the street.
Exactly. They have to sing on top of a hill. Until everyone knows them, then they disappear and they do what they want to do. So we're still at the early stage where we need to kind of sing and dance for people, and I'm happy to do clone. That. Yeah, exactly. Pretend that you actually want to be out there.
Yeah,
exactly. So,
saying to the people, "Oh, I'm yours.
No, I won't go that far. No. You can see my face, but that's about it. Don't touch me. Don't call me. Just be lucky that you can see my face.
Yeah.
Anyway, the poem we're gonna analyze today, analyze in quotes, is Aunt Helen by T.S. Eliot.
Oh, it's the same guy who's
the same guy
speaking about his family.
Exactly. He's just ratting everyone out, basically.
One poem for each relative. Okay.
One poem for the cousin, another poem for the auntie. It's probably the mother of his cousin.
Yeah, I hope to get one. Probably. I hope to get one from his lover, for his lover.
I'm sure we'll find one.
So we'll discover his romantic side also.
Yeah, probably.
Not
he's a poet. He's a poet. Yeah, he's not just the incestuous weirdness. Fair enough. All right, so this poem is Aunt Helen by. Are you outside? This poem is Aunt Helen by T.S. Eliot. It looks longer than it needs to be. Already, just looking at it, it looks longer than it needs to
Yeah,
be. Or
just
maybe
looking at it. Yeah.
yeah, which is not a good thing. So I'll read it. Miss Helen Slingsby was my maiden aunt and lived in a small house near a fashionable square, cared for by servants to the number of 4. Now, when she died, there was silence in heaven. Oh, wow. And silence at her end of the street. The shutters were drawn, and the undertaker wiped his feet. He was aware that this sort of thing had occurred before. The dogs were handsomely provided for, but shortly afterwards, the parrot died too. The Dresden clock continued ticking on the mantelpiece, and the footman sat upon the dining table, holding the second handmaid on his knees, who had always been so careful while her mistress lived. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. So here's why I like it. I think it's a narrative. It's almost like reading a novel.
Yeah.
It's not disjointed, and he's not trying to prove a point. He's just kind of telling a story. Almost like you kind of look into a situation and you see what's going on there, rather than trying to be metaphorical or using personification or onomatopoeia or similes, any sort of literary term.
Yeah, I agree. He's telling
Exactly.
us a story. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like this happened and that happened and this happened. But it's kind of funny because the last part is kind of like a boulder hitting you in the face, because
Yeah.
he says that the footman. What's a footman?
I don't know this one.
A footman. He's almost like a. Oh, geez, what's a footman? Is the footman the guy that walks in front of the casket? You know, when you're about to bury someone, you've got the footman in front of the
Okay.
proceedings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Footman. Okay.
That's
It's a
that's
nice
crazy.
job, eh? It's a nice job also.
Exactly.
You will never
Exactly.
fail your company. Will never fail the company if
Well,
you do
unless
that job.
yeah, unless you go in the wrong direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like let's say you're meant to bury someone north and you go south. They'll be like, this guy's a freaking idiot.
Yeah.
You know exactly. No, so a footman is a servant whose duties include admitting visitors and waiting at tables. Okay, okay. So
Okay.
so that's what he does basically.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. So he's not the guy who's meant to take her to her burial ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the guy who's waiting at the tables is now. I like it. He sat on the dining table where Aunt Helen used to eat, and the housemaid is now on his knees.
That's
Wow.
pretty much controversial.
That's crazy. We're not gonna get advertising for this. That's for sure. Well, we didn't write it. It's a poem, so I'm just pissed off. But
It's fair. Yeah, it's a poem.
yeah,
So
it's a poem. T.S. Eliot wrote
he
this like
has the
100 years
rights
ago.
to write that. So
Exactly. And and he goes on to say the housemaid had always been so careful with her love affair with the footman while her mistress lived. So now that Aunt Helen is gone, the footman and the housemaid are now,
free,
yeah, they're now free to do what the hell they
free,
want to do.
free,
And yeah,
free,
what do
free,
you think
free.
of what do you think? What do you make of this scandalous poem?
Oh, it's perfect situation. But they are losing some chemistry in order to, now they don't need to have any the feeling of transgression.
It's
Transgression.
not it's
It's
not
not there
as
anymore now.
yes,
So maybe
it's
they
not
are
bad
quick.
in that way
They are
anymore. It's not
quicking.
it doesn't feel as good as it's ought to.
Yeah.
Mm.
When you are doing something that it's outlaw, you have the adrenaline
Yeah,
The commitment is a higher. Of course, you have more passion and uh, the willing to do that because it's forbidden.
it's forbidden.
Now that
Exactly.
the magic, maybe the magic now it's going, it's fading away for this also. It could be a factor.
That's definitely something that's going to happen in
I
the
mean,
near
it's
future.
working like me. Maybe it's working like in my mind. It's working like this.
No, no, no. I agree because
You
I
know.
think even though the painted as I think what T.S. Eliot has done is that he's painted what's happening currently. So they are obviously very happy that Aunt Helen is gone. Now they can do what they want. But even the
Yeah.
idea that you kind of do that sort of thing in someone else's house and that person is dead means that you have like you lack a degree of morality,
Yeah. You
and it
have
means that
balls also. Yeah.
exactly yeah you're very it's very outlandish behavior, and it means that you're
Yeah.
not thinking deeply. You're not thinking deep about what you're doing. You're just
Yeah. About the
yeah,
society judgments and everything. It's still something weird that you want to do
it's
just
weird
because you
and
like
it's
it.
just because you like it, not because you truly care for that person. It's just something uh, that you want
Driving
to.
you, it's driving you crazy, and it's worth it. Let's say
It's worth it
it's
in
worth
the
it.
short term. In the short
Yeah.
term,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But you can tell these guys are not gonna stick around.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let's start from the top because maybe we're judging them too harshly because they are
Mhm.
servants, right? So
Yeah.
she had four servants.
They need to have some freedom, a way to entertain themselves, servants.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so they said that when Aunt Helen died, there was silence in heaven. So it means she was a good person. Okay, so we weren't too harsh on them because because my thinking was this: if Aunt Helen was a bad person, then there'll be reason for them to kind of tarnish her house the way they have by kind of just slipping around on the dining table, basically.
Yeah.
But there was silence in heaven, which means there was something good about her. She probably treated her
Yeah, of
servants
course.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because
exactly.
it's normal. If you are working hard and you do in your life normally, it means that it doesn't mean that you are a bad person in that case.
Yeah,
Maybe she was a good worker. He was a good worker, and this is the
I even
reason why
yeah,
they have some
I even
time that.
suspect exactly. They even had that liberty. They took that liberty with her because she obviously was someone that maybe they liked but they did not respect. You know, you can be such a good person that people kind of like but don't respect you because they can take advantage of um, you know, your easy ways. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely,
Mm,
absolutely.
mm. That's
So there is a
fascinating.
combination of these factors. You can be a good worker, and outside that, you can do whatever you want, even if it's an outlaw activity. You can still do it. If you do a mistake with all your heart, it's uh, you know you can deal with that.
Mm. I mean, what is it about human beings that we want to that we like doing the thing that we shouldn't be doing? I mean, I know you do that a lot. I know you like to do what you shouldn't do, but what is it
But
about
not
that
just because you don't have to do you don't have to do it. Just because I believe in that.
you believe in
Then
breaking the
if it's
rules?
no, not breaking the rules. I believe in something, and if it's out of law, uh, I know
No, no, no. But
it's fine anyway.
yeah, yeah.
It's
But
fine.
my point is this, right? That human beings tend to do what they shouldn't do because they feel restrained somehow. So if we take this back to like maybe a biblical story, Adam and Eve, right? God
Yeah.
said, "Don't eat from that tree. Eat from everywhere else, but don't eat from that tree."
No, they will do it.
Exactly. It's like, okay, why? Why do they do it? Why did they do it?
Yeah. I think alike. Yeah,
You
for
see what I
sure,
mean?
for sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, you think this way?
Yeah, the same,
Yeah.
same.
Okay. So why would you do it?
But it's just in some kind of topics, because if they say, okay, now from tomorrow trap music is going to be banned from the world, I'm not going to listen to trap because it's out of law.
I agree. I agree with
So
that. So it's not
I
about
mean, if
everything,
there is
really.
something that it's turning me on, I will do it, even if it's not legal. And even though I mean, I don't kill people, even if it would be legal. Okay.
Yeah, but that's.
So
I mean, that's just that's I'm not even sure if I believe that, because I think if you had the right to kill someone, let's say it was a divine right to kill someone, are you
yeah,
telling me that you wouldn't do it?
yeah.
Really? Even if there was every reason for you to do so.
No, no, no. I'm not going to kill people. No, I don't take lives of other people. No, no, no. Even if it's legal, I don't. It's not my, it's not my expertise.
It's not your expertise.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not a
Well, I'm
master
still,
of this craft.
yeah, but I'm still
I'm not.
curious as to. So, like you said, okay, so I agree that not everything will turn you on to the point that you're going to break that rule. But it is fundamental in human beings that if you feel you can't have something that you want, you're going to try to get it anyway,
Yeah,
even if you shouldn't go after it.
sure, sure. Like
So,
in this period, this poem, it brings me, it brings my imagination to the wartime.
okay.
So let's say you fall in love with a person that lives uh, in a country that it's the opponent from yours. Okay,
Hmm.
you just don't care if you're not allowed to see that person, because there is a love behind all of this situation. You just do it because you feel it. Okay, but of course, that it's not legal in that period. And this poem, it's could be compared that way to this other situation.
Um, kind of. I mean, I'm looking more at the idea of not just societal law, like not, you know, the government saying you can't do this or do that, because man-made rules are expendable and they're usually very
Yeah,
cultural. Exactly. But something like don't kill, don't steal, don't don't fornicate, don't
yeah.
exactly divine rules. Basically, we tend to break certain rules
Material world, material
beyond the
rules.
material world. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um and my thing is, like, if you go back to Adam and Eve, why did they? What would propel human beings generally to go after something, even though they know they really shouldn't be doing that thing? And not, like I said, not government rules, not wartime situation. Almost on like, what, I shouldn't do that, but I'm so curious about it, I'm going to go after it.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
yeah. I mean, what do you
That's
think?
the situation. That's the situation. Yeah, you explained pretty much the same concept. I believe on this. Yeah.
Mm. Bro,
Fucking.
you need to go indoors, man. What the? It's so loud.
There
Come
are
on, man.
trunks passing by. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. This podcast should be filmed in a motor park or something, man.
Okay.
Well,
Now I think it's. I found a better place.
okay, okay.
Okay. Now there are children screaming.
Now that children
Wow.
screaming, they can be on the podcast. Why not? They can
They can
yell.
join.
They can
They can
yell
join.
ciao. They can yell ciao and whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at this poem. What else can we tease out of this?
Hmm.
Exactly. So Aunt Helen was a good person. Okay,
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
that's for sure.
The
But
way he
silence.
speaks,
Yeah,
the way he speaks about it, for sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. At least he felt she was a good person because that was his aunt.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the footman and the housemaid, um,
Are a good person also.
I don't. Well, are they?
Yeah. I mean, unless they didn't kill the aunt, they are a good
uh,
person. They probably.
well,
But
you can kill someone in different ways, right?
it's coming
Which
another
is
scenario,
exactly. It's like you can
Sorry.
you can disrespect a person's legacy or a person's like her home. They've desecrated her home, even though she's not there. They're saying because you're not here, we can do what we want.
Yeah,
Which isn't
that's.
yeah, because they said the poem said that the handmaiden had always held herself back. But now that the aunt is dead, she can now do what the hell she wants to do. And that's almost kind of sinister in a way.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. Helen Slingsby. Helen Slingsby.
Exactly.
Slingsby.
Helen Slingsby. You know what?
It's a tongue twister.
Exactly. Maybe they disrespected her because of her name. I don't know. It's such a long, irritating name that I didn't want to read the poem when I
Yeah.
saw it. I was like, oh god, what is this?
No, but the name is interesting.
No, it's horrible.
No,
Yeah.
it's a British name. This one,
Yeah, that's probably why I don't
the
like it.
name Helen, yes, but
That's probably why I don't like
the
it.
last name it's like I don't know.
Helen. Okay, so
Uh,
Helen, that's Helen of Troy. You know,
yeah,
the
also
most beautiful woman in history. All that bullshit.
the I
Um,
mean it's the best person you met in your life, as you told me, right? Helen of
exactly.
Troy.
Helen of Troy. Helen of Troy.
It was a good meeting.
Wasn't bad.
And
Okay.
then, yeah, Slingsby. Let's keep
That's
it
that's
as it
that's
is.
exactly. That's just a
Let's take it
random.
as it is. Yeah.
That's a random irritation right there. Oh, okay. Could you see yourself in this sort of situation where you're uh, a servant in a house and
Yeah.
you're like
For interest, I could be. Yeah.
and you're chasing girls below the radar? I mean, that's a stupid question.
All
I'm sure.
100%.
100%. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Even me. Yeah,
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, because you need to find a balance, between the work and the life.
Oh yeah, oh
That's
yeah,
what I call the balance. Then.
yeah. Maybe they're not bad people. Maybe they're just human beings who, like you said, they're servants, right?
Yeah, you
You
need to interact with someone if you are there night and day.
not just that. You need excitement. You know what I mean? You need excitement in your life. And Helen,
Yeah, a
and Helen,
spark, a spark.
yes, and Helen was in the way basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was that lady who obviously took care of you, but you didn't respect her enough to not destroy her house once she left. I don't
yeah,
know.
that's a
We want everything basically as human beings. I think that's the problem. That's the
yeah,
problem.
everything we like. Yeah,
Yeah, everything we
absolutely.
like. No, not everything we need. Everything we like.
Everything we
Exactly.
need. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you feel in jail.
Yes. Or maybe that's an illusion.
Yeah. Also, you want to live your dream in your life, no matter what. So you find in each situation you have to pursue that dream. and just living the what life brings to your table. You know.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
Should we learn to be content?
Maybe not, but that's just as a beginning for sure. Yes. You know.
Mm, mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
life is just, to me, is just making the most out of any situation that happens, because there are many things that just happen which are out of your control
Hmm.
in your life. You know,
Yeah.
you don't know when someone you like, you love, will die. This is something that life makes it happen. Okay, and you need to adapt to that situation,
Yeah.
to that condition. So you will start a new chapter of your life every time.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything is going to an end, for sure.
Yeah,
All
nothing
the
lasts forever.
things. Yeah,
Nothing lasts forever. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
My I agree with all of that. I agree with all of that. My angle is a little slightly different because, or maybe not different. It's just like taking a step further. So when you
Uh,
feel you want to be liberated, you have to ask yourself what liberation actually is, right? So
oh, that for sure.
exactly, because you can get to a point where you are um, living your life without without self control,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Without struggling, there is always every day there is something that you will struggle with, for sure.
Well, no, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't live your life with self control, so let's say
Ah, okay. Yeah.
exactly, so every night you don't want to be alone, so you go out drinking and you're drunk the next morning, you can't go to work, you do the same thing night after night. If you, that's the kind of freedom because you're allowed to do
Yeah.
that, but that's
Sure.
not necessarily a good thing because you're not productive, you're not holding on to anything that's of value. You're living hedonistically. You're just living for the moment,
Yeah.
which is allowed.
Yeah.
you know,
It's allowed. Yeah. And
it's not
also,
necessary.
it can be feasible for a certain period of time. You know, for one
Yeah,
month, maybe holiday. You can live like that.
on holiday you can binge watch a Netflix series. Absolutely, that's like 100 episodes. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not sustainable. That's my argument. So I think what we sometimes see as freedom can be a liability.
Mm, could be.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, these two guys who are dancing on Helen's table. I don't think that love is going to be sustainable because they don't understand the fundamentals of basic decency. You don't do that in someone else's house who has just
Oh
died.
yeah. Clearly. Clearly.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So even if you love each other or whatever, it's like you carry yourself properly. No one is
There
saying
are
you
some
can't.
boundaries. There are
That's some
some
boundaries.
boundaries. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Um, so Aunt Helen is in heaven and she's telling God that they need to go to hell, basically. I mean,
Yeah. Nice
that's what I
cut.
can picture. Yeah, 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 exactly. Because you can't do that. She's in heaven. The angels are crying and all that, and she's seeing
Yeah.
you do what you're doing in her
Morning
house.
for her. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. She's gonna say, Jesus Christ, can you please make sure that those two people go to hell because of what they've done to my house? And he'll say, sure, yeah, okay. I don't know.
Deal. Yeah.
Deal, exactly. Deal. So yeah, yeah. What do you think of the poem generally anyway?
No, good. Good one also. I
Yeah, I
like this
like it. I
poem.
like it. I like it.
It gives you some true stories
Hmm.
that can happen
Hmm.
in the life. So, based on this starting point, you can also make some considerations.
Exactly. As to how you want to live your life as well.
Yeah, comparing things. It's a
Hmm. Hmm.
nice one. Nice one. It's
Yeah,
not
I like the.
Geoffrey Chaucer.
It's not Chaucer. It's not R.
It's
Kelly.
not
No,
Chaucer.
No,
No,
it's not.
not
It's not.
R.
It's
Kelly. Yeah,
not.
depressing R.
It's
Kelly.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not manipulating your mind.
yeah, and it's
Um,
not, as I said, depressing. That's the right word to
it's just
comment.
real. It's just real. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not depressing. It's
it's
just
not
real.
depressing at all. Yeah,
It could easily be depressing because it's Aunt Helen's death, and she's
yeah. If
everyone's
you
silent.
are,
But it's
if
a
you are
true
on that
story.
side, yes. If you are on the other side, you are happy because they now can do whatever they want.
Well, it's short lived.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the narrative structure of the poem. I like the fact that it's not really about just rhyming. Again, I think people get caught up in things that don't really matter when it comes to poetry. Like with something like this, I get it because it's a story and it's somewhat short, and
Yeah,
his there's a meaning behind it, which I think is the most fundamental thing. If I
and
read
it's
it
a
and there's a
good
meaning to it,
storytelling, good
exactly,
storyteller.
very well written. Yeah,
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 I agree.
yeah. That's good.
I feel I'm on the highway.
Honestly, it's like you're walking to your death, basically. So this will
Yeah,
be the
the
last
road to
time you're on the
hell, I
podcast,
hope it
basically.
will be like this, the road to hell
Well, so you die on the way,
in the future. Yeah, maybe.
so you don't get to meet the devil, basically. All
Yeah,
right,
the
man.
devil is just a traffic controller, you
Oh
know.
wow, that's deep.
This is another, it's just
And,
a
and and
traffic.
he's pointing the cars in your direction, basically. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
Uh,
All right. So that was
right,
Aunt
man.
Helen, T.S. Eliot. Yeah,
Yes, Elliot.
I liked it. I liked it. A lot to talk about in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yes,
good.
guys. Now
So
guys, you are released now.
now you're
You are
released
released
from your hell of listening to this bullshit.
for this week. For this
Exactly.
week, you are released.